I guess what surprised me, because I had been managing editor, which is the second in command of the newsroom for 8 years, that being in the top job, the perceptions of me would be so dramatically different, and that things about me would be scrutinized and overly scrutinized in a completely different way as being in the first woman to have the top job. And I think I did not fully expect that. I just felt like everyone, has worked around me for so long.
But that was more from the outside. Did it bleed into the inside?
Oh no, it was the inside. I'm talking about the inside. And when I became executive editor, what was very meaningful to me was the reaction of other women in the newsroom. And certainly I was very conscious of totally standing on the shoulders of the women who filed these lawsuits and who came before me. There's a woman who Lynn wrote a bit about in the great book that the series is based on, named Betsy Wade, who was the Times person involved. Yeah. Well, Betsy, after the lawsuit was settled by the Times, she was consigned to graveyard shift.
Right.
She had little kids. She had to work at night forever and never really had a good job, although she is, great, very talented copy editor and gifted editor.
Right.
And she was the first person, when I became managing editor, who came to me and expressed her joy in seeing, the first woman to have that job. And her support, meant and continues to mean the world to me. That there weren't, certainly on the news side of the Times, it wasn't like there were a lot of other women. There weren't any other women who came before me, either as Washington bureau chief, managing editor, executive editor. So these other older women who had really seen much tougher times than I ever did, carried the biggest part of the burden and load of crashing through what was a lead ceiling, not a glass ceiling.
Right. But even though these steps were incremental, and they were all firsts, but it was the final one to executive editor that made people go like, and suddenly scrutinize you in a different way.
Yeah, it's like president.
I think
But
that's why we
people gave me these fabulous gifts, including a piece. There was at the Times, and Linda, maybe you will remember this. There was something called the Blue Wall, which was this wall where Abe Rosenthal and all of the men, the top male editors, sat. They were the only ones with private offices. So it was a big blue wall, and a woman in the newsroom who had just worked at the Times forever. I'd never seen the blue wall. She gave me a piece of it, like the Berlin Wall, and I still have it on my desk at Harvard. I love it.